thing, a jam session recorded in Michigan with me and Buddy, Maurice, Jimmy Bryant, and Julian Thorpe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take as well from my friend in Italy. So.
And here's one that we all did a circle, about 20 steel players, called The First Time years ago. And that's just about it, I guess. I got one called, I don't know what that thing is, Spontaneous Combustion. It was just a live thing I did years ago at a club here in town back in the 90s, early 90s. I guess that's about it. You got the Dusty Bucket. The E9 stuff, but I like the jazz stuff, you know.
What is your preference?
If I had my preference, I'd put a pad up here and play this neck, you know.
Yeah.
And play the, you know.
The sextet.
I like the swing and the jazz stuff, but here's that rainy day. I like all the jazz stuff, the Charlie Parker. And all the Billy's Bounce and all that stuff. I love it. Of course, there's some pretty stuff on the E9. Celine Dion thing called "Come to Me." I'd like to record that. It's a pretty song.
Yeah, pretty, very pretty.
Very pretty, yeah. Sugarfoot Rag.
Why do you have the lowers on the E? On the right knee?
I'll lower them over here.
On the left,
old
yeah.
buddy. And a lot of guys have gone to doing it over here, you know.
Because it's on a universal, it's handier to have it on that side to keep it.
Yeah, to keep it down. That's why I came over that tune.
Yeah.
I didn't like hold it in playing a 10 and playing a B flat 6. But then I got two over here. Of course, the inside raises my E scale, and then this outside lowers to a minor, so I can get sevenths and minors. And then a push up, I lower the 6, and then I've got the fourth pedal ropes on both necks. Kind of unhandy to get to. Kind of a Paul Franklin type thing, you know. And then the right knee left, I'll lower my second string. Most guys lower it out here, you know, but I'll lower it just to the right to the left. Then I'll lower 9. The half and a whole. And then on the right, I raise 1 a whole and 2 a half, and I raise 7 a whole. So I can get.
You get pretty jazzy in that way.
Huh?
Pretty jazzy.
Put some jazzy chords in it.
Yeah.
so many guys come by the booth and can you play Night Life on the E9 tuning? I
Yeah,
said, no,
you can.
I can now, but I didn't. I said, well, I haven't worked it up. So I wrote a book and called it Swingin' E9th, and I put
Swingin'
Night
E9th.
Life on it and all. You know, I put bubbles in my beer. So I did that one and Right or Wrong and Roly Poly and but there was everybody had a pad back there and they wanted to learn how to play Nightlife up here, so
Yeah.
I tabbed it out for them. But anyway,
But that book is based on the standard pedal setup.
yeah,
more or
pretty
less?
much. Yeah, I don't have bubbles in my beer on. I've got Nightlife, Right or Wrong, Oklahoma Hills. I can't think of what the stuff I've got on it. Just about, I think it's 9 old swing songs, you know.
Yeah.
And you just playing really out of your A6. You're not playing out of a C6 with your pedals down, using
Yeah.
the 7th string. You
Yeah.
know, what's in the Deepwater?
That sounds pretty much 6.
Yeah, Deepwater.
Yeah.
With little simple solos. I didn't get real deep, up here, like down here. You can get more outside down here playing stuff. But on the E9th, I just did real basic solos on it. And if I can tune this up or not. Dig and Dug with the girls
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the swimming pool, yeah.
You still play a lot on the road, or?
I don't play much on the road. I'm playing a little opera in Kentucky now. And I recorded an album with the people I go to church over here. It was a gospel album a couple years ago. We do half a dozen road dates a year. But I'm getting older and I don't want to work the road. Actually going to Phoenix, I've turned down a couple of, this Ireland Irish steel guitar show.
Yeah.
And Richard Nelson's, emails me every other year, and I'd love to go back, but I don't know. At 70 years old, I don't know if I'll go back overseas. I've been to Germany 5 times, Italy 3 or 4 times, Naples. I've never been to Holland. I've never been to Denmark or, Norway or anywhere like that. I've been to Japan 3 times, and my wife wanted to go to Germany, and she wants to go to Australia,
Yeah.
But Australia is so far, long trip.
But in the past, you played a lot on the roads.
In the past, I came here in '68 and I worked about 12 years on the road. I worked with a guy named David Houston about a year, and I worked with Little Jimmy Dickens a year, Farron Young a year. Worked with Johnny Paycheck 4 years, and then Job Brown worked with Dottie West some and different ones, Billy Joe Spears. And in the late '70s, I got off the road. And, but that was about it. I didn't want to play any more road. Other than steel guitar shows, I've been to Germany and played the Freddie Quinn show, WZDF network, and done a lot of American tours, working for the air bases over there.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got many American air bases overseas anymore, I don't think.
No, they reduced,
Yeah, since they tore down the wall and all that.
Yeah.
But I hadn't been overseas in a long time. The last time I was in Japan in '93, and I did a clinic over there in Tokyo. I enjoyed Japan, and I like Germany. I imagine Holland, is the Holland a lot like Germany? What?
More or less.
Huh?
On what age did you start playing, and how did you get
I
to
started
play?
when I was 9 years old, and I had a lap steel. My father brought one home from a pawn shop. It was plastic. It cost about $15, and I put it in my lap, and finally got some picks in a little bar, and took Hawaiian lessons, and I was playing in this tuning, an A tuning, and I was playing Coconut Grove, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I got a regular pedal steel. Then I had a C6 on it. Then I had an A6 on it. Then I was playing some more stuff, and then when I was 12, I had a Fender 1000 with 8 pedals. But I went through 2 of those. And when I got out of high school, I had an Emmons bolt on. I wish I had that old Emmons. But I started when I was 9. Taking lessons, Hawaiian lessons, stuff like that. And then I just picked it up on my own. There were no steel guitar teachers like Jeff Newman back then, you had to learn it on your
by
own.
ear.
By ear, that's all you had, And Then I learned from guitar players that taught me. A guitar player came through Pensacola when I was about 16, out of the Navy, Clyde Kendrick, and he taught me, tenderly. He taught me some jazz tunes, you know. Up to then, I was just playing strictly country and hillbilly, you know. But I love the jazz, but you can't make any money with it, you know.
No, that's
People want to hear the, they want to hear the country things, you know. But I like the country stuff. The Ralph Mooney was one of my favorite players, you know. I loved Ralph. He was a good friend of mine. But I loved Ralph's playing. Of course, Buddy Emmons, when I heard him as a kid, he was playing, I think he played special, you know. Then about a year later, he was playing. And I never could learn that one. I was about 15, four-wheel drive.
yeah.
But after I heard Buddy play, I mean, he had all the single string, and he could play the country and everything, you know. And I started I learned a lot from Emmons, but then after I was 19 and 20, I tried to play my own stuff, you know. But Buddy taught all of us, you know.
Yeah.
He was so great. Well, anyway, I've enjoyed talking to you guys and meeting you, and
Yeah, it was nice meeting you. And we will be on the station in.
yeah, come to the station in.
On Monday. Who are you playing with?
I'm playing with Carl Jackson, songwriter. He's playing acoustic and singing. And I'm playing with Larry Corley, the guy who wrote Highway 40 Blues, playing acoustic. Then I'm playing with Mike Bubb, plays upright. I play steel. Catherine Styron's a great piano player. Larry Emanuel's playing the snare drums. And Eli Bishop, this 24-year-old kid, is playing fiddle, a knocked-out fiddle player. And just a great band. They both songwriters, Larry and Carl Jackson, big songwriters, you know. Let me get a name and write it down. I'll just put you guys on the list. You won't have to pay anything.
Okay.
Let me write your name. I'll say, what's your name?
Ellio Martina.
Ellio. Ellio?
Yeah, with double L-E-O.
Yeah, I'll just put Ellio plus 2. You guys
Plus
come?
2, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can just come on in. It won't cost you anything. I'll get you a table and everything.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, be free. Well, it was certainly, I enjoyed talking to you guys, and the show's in Italy, huh?
Yeah, the first pedal steel meeting will be in Holland. Problem is, there's quite a lot of players who also play pedal steel, but when you organize something, sometimes they subscribe, but at the end arriving almost half of them. So it's difficult to get it all done financially.
Yeah, the
And
guys
in
won't
that
show
sense-
up. They won't show up, support stuff like that, you know. I know, that's the shame.
The advantage in Italy is that people in Italy are willing to put their school or locality without having to pay money.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Italy do you have your show?
Well, in the northeast, in the region Friuli, which is with
It's not nowhere near Naples, I guess.
No, it's right in the north,
Yeah, okay.
about above the Adriatic Sea.
I've been to Naples 3 times.
Near to Austria and Slovenia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We went out and seen the Isle of Capri and all that, you know, in Naples. Took a boat out there, you know, and all that. But I've never been to France. We played in Madrid one time, I think. There was a base over there years ago in Spain. And then we played all over Germany, England, and Italy, and that was it. I never seen, you know, the Netherlands, Holland, or Denmark, or Norway, or Sweden, you know, anything like that. But
Now we have been thinking few years back already to have somebody coming from the state,
Yeah.
but you have to get the money together to get them.
Yes, you
Over.
get, now my wife, like, you get 2 plane tickets, you're out $1,200, $1,400, $1,500 a piece, you know.
Yeah.
I know, you know, and we turned down a trip this year to Australia. My wife's had a few little small health problems, nothing big, but I was afraid of the ride, you know, the 15-hour ride from from LA, it's a good ways down to I think it was in what was it? In Australia, Brisbane.
Brisbane.
So I was afraid of her. You know, she may get a stomach bleed or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. We may go back to Ireland. Ireland's not too bad. Have you ever been to the Irish show?
No, no.
It's a real nice show.
Yeah.
Richard Nelson's a friend of mine. I've been over there one time, and they like the country. Most of the places overseas. I was talking to a student. I had a student earlier. Oh, they like country overseas. I sent a bunch of jazz albums to Ireland. I think I sold one. And those speed picking albums you got there, I sold about 10 or 12 of them. All they wanted was country, you know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in the Netherlands, maybe or somewhere they like jazz too, you know.
In fact, you can put the steel in any type of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre Houtapple was going to try to talk to the people at the North Sea Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
But, oh, it is too country. They didn't want to do it. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's still guitar. Well, I enjoyed it. Nice meeting
Yeah.
you guys. It's nice to be here. Thank you for the CDs, the sales, and I'll put ELLIO.
Yeah.
Ellio. I'll put it +2, and we start at 9 at the station inn. So your name will be at the door, Ellio.
I'll leave you one of my cards with
Yeah,
you.
give me a card. I've got a card too. Let me give you one of mine over here.
I'm a luthier, in fact, so
You're
that's
what?
that's what I make mainly basses.
Oh, okay. Let me go get a card over here, and I'll give you one of my cards. Then you can have mine too. Go grab a card over here.
I've made some pictures also from the
On the awards.
thing. Do you want to see it, or if you say it's okay that you make it?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no
Okay.
problem. Let me yeah,
Better to
sure.
ask.
Sure. All mistakes and all on your show when I was looking at that.
What about your kids, dog? Your children? You've got.
That's my children's not only. That's my wife's children. That's her son.
Yeah.
He just turned 40, and that's she's actually the oldest. I think she's 43. Crystal, they're real beautiful kids, and her grandkids. That's Michael, and that's Crystal. Jetta is my wife's name, like the Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah,
That's her
Jetta.
name, Jetta.
Okay.
And she wants to go back. She's never been to Germany. We've been to England. I don't have any here with my address on here. I'll write it down.
Oh, the address
I'll write it down.
already have. Yeah.
You got my address?
Yeah, yeah.
It's on my website, and then
Yeah.
it's got my email.
It's also in the email, so.
Yeah.
Hoe laat begint dat morgen, Ellio? Is dat zo?
Maandag.
Of maandag?
At what time does it start the show?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Any special ambition left for you as a player?
I'd like to do more jazz. I'd like to do some stuff with some bigger artists like Celine Dion or Michael Bublé or something like that. I would like
Yeah.
to. I'd love to record with some of the people like that. You know, put the steel guitar in another field. You know, I'd love to do a jazz festival. I've done some small jazz festivals. I would like to do the Montreux Festival or North Sea or
Not cheap, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Would be nice.
But Andre talked to the guy, but two countries, he didn't want to do it. And I had a friend in Canada that talked to the people about the Montreux Festival, and same thing. But I'd like to do a big jazz festival with steel guitar.
But the strange thing is, if they hear the steel, they say, "Oh, it's so beautiful." But when it comes to recording, they forget about it.
Yeah. Well, all they hear on the steel is country stuff, you know, most of the stuff, which is great, but they don't ever hear the jazz stuff, or like Diana Krall or somebody like that. I would like to play with her.
What makes you your interpretation of a jazz standard? Where do you focus on? Is it the melody? Is it the jazzy melody that you transcribe for the steel guitar, or what is your?
Well, I just play around the scale pockets. I'm a melodic player, you know, and I really admire people like Chick Corea. They're so good. I always say that Chick Corea is such a good player, a good musician. He can get outside and he'll make you like it. He is so great. And but I like to play the melody up front, pretty much the melody, and stay kind of somewhere around the melody in the improvising. I don't get real far out, you know, but
But I hear when you go from chord to chord, you go to the in-between chords. And
yeah, I like to do passing chords too.
Yeah.
I know some theory, but you know, guys like Chick Corea and you know, Bill Evans, all these great piano players, they really got it down theoretically, and of course they got 80 of them, you know, and all the octaves to play with, and they can handle it very well. You know, I've seen them, and they, like I say, I'm not an outside player, and don't like a lot of outside stuff, but somebody like Chick Corea, he plays, he can play outside and make me like it. He's so great, you know, and Bill Evans was one of my favorite piano players. He played more inside, you know. But yeah, I love playing the...
I heard one melody you played this afternoon, and suddenly the sound reminded me of a clavisymbol. You understand the clavisymbol? It's a string piano. How do you
I
call
was playing that Bach thing, Jesu Joy of Man's Desire. That might have been what you're talking about,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that years ago, part of it. But yeah, I like all kind of music, classical, jazz, country. I really like the jazz stuff. I've got all of Bill Evans CDs and some Chick Corea stuff, and Joe Pass, I liked him. You know, Pat Martino, and any of that jazz stuff I like. I'm not a big, you know, Miles Davis was my favorite horn player. He got a good, nice tone, you know, wasn't harsh like a lot of the young players. Wynton Marsalis is a great player. He gets a nice tone. And his brother that plays, I think he plays sax. And Branford, he plays nice. They get a nice tone. Tone goes a long way with me. Love you, sweetie.